Good morning, it's Maureen Legas here with your 21 Days 2015 series and your tech tidbit for day 5. We're going to talk about groups in your database, how to group your clients so that you can access the information easier for your lead generation. Okay, you can do a Google search and you can find that the alphabet letters, the first letter of the last name, and what is the approximate percentage of the US population for that alpha letter. And so this document shows you that when you group these letters together, we're getting somewhere between 5 and 10% of the population. So if you group your database by these letters, so you could pull up, let's say this week you're going to attack everyone that has the alphabet letter of their last name starting with an A or a W. And you can look through that list of people, and those are your contacts for this week. And so if you group the alphabet by the 26 letters in the alphabet, you can get through your database in 13 weeks. And so we're going to do that. So we're going to show you how to group those letters in your database. Now, some of you might use databases that you can search by the last name, and you can pull this up. Everyone that begins with an A, you might be able to do that. But most databases don't have that search capability. So we're going to create a group, and we're going to put these people in this group so that you can pull them up each week as you're doing your lead generation. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the Facebook lists, doing the same thing with these alphabet letters and other lists in order to access your connections on Facebook so that you can also touch base with everyone on Facebook in a different way in a 13-week period. But now we're just going to work on the database. So in this example, we're going to use your eEdge database. We're back at MyKW. And then to get back to your, wherever you are on MyKW, to get back to your home page, if you click home, it opens another window. If you click MyKW, it'll refresh and get you back to your main page on MyKW. So here we're going to go to your database and we're going to enter these groups. We're going to create these groups with the alphabet letters. So I'm going to click on View Contacts. It's going to take me to the Demo Accounts database. And when we're here and we roll over contacts, we can click on Manage Groups. And we go to Manage Groups, and we can see some groups that are set up here. Now we have a 33 touch for 2015, for 2016. The reason I do that is so that I can tell when the 33 touch comes to an end what year that was, so that I'll know what's going on. Then I can also say find everyone in 33 touch 16 and put them on the next year's 33 touch. I have clients that are A, B, and C clients. I might add an A+. An A+ might be clients that work with me and continuously send me referrals. A clients have worked with me and have sent me referrals. B clients might have worked with me or might have sent me a referral. And C clients are people I know that I'd like to cultivate and turn into Bs. Bs I want to turn into As, As to A+. So these are some of the groups that you might have. When I want to create a new group, I'm going to look at my list, and the first alpha letter on that list was A and W. So we have A, W, B and E, D and O, H and V, and these are the lists that we want to create, or the groups that we want to create in our database. Now eEdge lets us have 50 groups, so we just can't go past that. And up here I'm going to create the first group, A and W. Now we can't use the ampersand here, it doesn't like those characters, but I'm going to save that new group A and W and it would appear in my list. I want to do a B and E. I want to go create a group for every alphabet combination. So I have somewhere between 5 and 10% of the population in each group. So I'm able to manage that, during the course of a week. D and O, H and V is the next one. We just look at the list and we copy that list. C and K, the next one. So we go through the list: C and K, F and G, M and X, N and R, S and U, P and L, T and J, I and Q, and Y and Z. And we create all of those in our database. Now once we have all of those created, we go to our list of contacts. I'm going to look at all the contacts. And then I'm going to go through each one and I'm going to add them to that group. So this last name begins with an A. Actually, the first and last name in this case does. I'm going to come down to the bottom where it has groups, and I'm going to add them to a group. So I'm going to click to add to group, and I'm going to add them to the A and W because their last name begins with an A. And now they're in the A and W group. Then I'm going to go to my next person in my database, and that's Bev Buyer, begins with a B. Come down to the group. I'm going to add Bev to the B and E group. And I go through all of my contacts and I add them to these different various groups. Also, we want met and non-met, because when we are calculating what referrals we expect to get from our database, we need to know if these are mets or not mets. All right, so we have these people added to a group. And then when I come in for my week, I start on Monday, and I'm going to say, I'm going to look at all my contacts. And then here where it says more search options, I'm going to click that. I'm going to filter by group. This week I'm going to look at all the A's and W's, and I'm going to search. And once I've added everyone in my database, they're going to show up here, and this is the group that I use when I'm doing my lead generation for that week. And again, when you have these 13 groups, the 26 alpha letters split into 2 letters per group, you can get through your entire database in 13 weeks and then start over. So about 4 times a year, and that's a good touch for that. All right, so tomorrow we're going to talk about Facebook and how this relates to Facebook, how we use these kind of groups as lists in Facebook to access our clients. Thank you.